If you have to roll a 2 plus to charge, don't roll a 1.
Hey guys, what's up? Let me not waste too much of your time. We're going to get right back into it. The rules for the Vargyr Lord have been released somewhere on the net. Actually, it's under the Nord PDF. Even though at the time of this recording, the Nord PDF still says September 18th. If you go to the army list on the website, the Nord PDF army list is updated with the Vargyr Lord. Cool. So, without further ado, here he is, Vargyr Lord, 120 points. And you get a March 7, which is awesome. He can keep up the pace with his pretty sweet warband. Volley of 1, who cares? Clash of 3, decent, right? Attacks of 5, wounds of 6, resolve of 3, defense 3, evasion 1. Cool. So he's decent. He's going to be like a mid-level dueler, right? He comes with cleave 1, which is good, because if he wants to duel stuff, most enemy duelers do not come with harden built in, which is nice. And impact 4, whatever. You know, I'm not a big fan of impact and Nords. It really doesn't do much. And regeneration 2, not to be too negative, but who cares? I think that's just for fluff reasons. There might be a corner case where you duel somebody, you take a couple wounds, and you'll live to duel again, I guess. I mean, you'll regenerate, but that's not going to like win you games or anything. Wolfpack is a special rule. Werwargs and Fenrir regiments, good lord, these names, in this warband gain the Flurry special rule. Awesome. So Werwargs and Fenrirs now get Flurry. Granted, Fenrir already have a type of Flurry through Opportunists, but that's in the flanks of a regiment. Now your dogs get it in the front. Cool. Now your Clash 2 on a charge Clash 3 dudes will be able to get some more hits in, right? Still not going to take down regiments with, defense 4 or, well, basically defense 4. That's pretty much it, really. Defense 3 you'll be okay against. But moving on. He has mainstays, Werwarg, Fenrir Beast Pack, and Ugers. Restricted, Nefir Beast Pack, and Mountain Jotnar. I was a little sad when I saw this. I wanted the Goltier Beast Pack, the pigs, to be in here somewhere. So this is like a true dog pound kind of regiment. You want dogs, you got pounds, you get it. Now, to be fair, if you took 2 regiments of Vargyr Lords and he was the only guy that had all the pigs and all the dogs, then you couldn't take an army of all pigs and all dogs. But as far as I know, the gold tier is a restricted in another warband. So it's not like you're going to really be, going crazy for the all-dog army. But if the Mountain Jotnar here was changed into the gold tier warband, the gold tier regiment, all these names, my brain's melting with these names, we would have like a true dog pound. So I don't know which I'd want. Have all the dogs in here, have them spread out, but maybe, hopefully, it'll change in the future, because this is really early stuff, and you guys know Parabellum does move things around in the game when balance is concerned, and hopefully when fluff is concerned, right? So, this character stand, basically, this rule here, this character stand may be attached to a cavalry regiment, even though it is a brute. So he can chill with all the pigs and dogs, right? Character stand and his warband may only include up to 2 regiments of Fenrir. Dang. Why does Nords get all the restrictions, right? Just don't get it. Furthermore, this character stand may be attached to a regiment with the irregular special rule and counts as having that special rule for as long as it is attached to it. Cool. So you can stick it with anything here. You can stick it with the Werwargs, Fenrirs, Ugers, Nefir, just not the Mountain Jotnar. And Mastery's Combat. So if you want to give him +1 Clash, +1 Attack, it's going to be, 40-something points or whatever. You could do that if you like. So, overall, happy with this guy. Pretty cool. I will take a look at the Supremacy. He basically has the Blooded's Supremacy, Call of the Hunt, which actually makes great sense for this Warlord. It's awesome that the Vargyr Lord has this. It's kind of funny. The Vargyr Lord, I'm saying all these names wrong and I'm repeating names. I'm just not a Norse guy. It is what it is, right? But the Vargyr Lord seems like the dude that's going to have all the dogs coming out early board presence, kind of leaves the Blooded without really something to do. So maybe the Blooded might get another Supremacy to make him unique, give him something flavorful for what he would do in the fluff on the battlefield, but definitely Call of the Hunt is literally the Vargyr Lord. Now, I know the Blooded was supposed to be like the animalistic guy. He had the Curse of the Vargyr. I get it. But now that you have the extreme version of it, an actual just werewolf running around, or a werewolf running around, the Blooded needs more of an identity of his own. So, I made a list. Where is this list? Here it is. Cool. And sorry about that. I was just looking at something. My bad. I made a list here. Now, at the time of this recording, the army builder does not have this information on there. So I am just basically using some stand-ins, and ignore every single triangle here to give me a warning about something, right? Just ignore them. Sorry. So the Blooded acts as the Vargyr at 120 points. I gave him an upgrade for the 120 points. It doesn't really matter. And I gave him an Ogre, 2 Fenrir Beast Pack, and a Werewolf. Right? I wanted the Ogre because I want some cleave in this army to do some late game cleaving in case they gotta charge Ashen Dawn or try to kill a Tauntor or something. They can try to do it, right? Ogres are still very, weak on the defense, but they're meant to be countercharged, which is fine, right? And I just basically copy and pasted it because I think that's the best combination. If you want, you can just shove more werewolves in and remove the Ogres, but the issue is that I needed points to hit 2,000 exactly for what I have in this list, and you'll see it in a second. That's why I chose the Ogres. I had 4 werewolves, 2 here and 2 here, but I needed I went over by 40 points, and I had to do the dance, change characters around, change regiments around, remove upgrades, blah blah blah, to get exactly 2,000. And this list I'm very happy with at 2,000. So copy and paste Vargyr Lord with their warbands. Shaman is the warlord, of course. You're playing Nords, the shaman is there, automatic. The issue is not that his supremacy is like the best in the game, is that the rest of the Nord supremacies are just kind of, if you play this game before, you already know what I'm talking about. But the shaman supremacy will help out the werewolves charge from the side, which is pretty darn cool. And then I threw in the actual just Blooded. The old Vargyr guy. He wants to be part of the pound, right? He has the leash, and he brings all the werewolves the werewolves and the Vargyr Lords into the battle, right? He comes with stalkers, because why not? You always give the Blooded the stalkers. That's just an awesome combination. And the reason why I went with 2 Ogres and I had to switch my army up is because I wanted another dog regiment. That's why. Because I could have done this. I'll just delete this warband. I could have just taken the shaman, duplicated a raider, and then stuck in a sea Otnar if I wanted some beef. And that left me, 1950. I can now stick in 2 more werewolves if I want. Or if I really want to, I can grab the Nefir Beast Pack if I want them, right? I really want the Gold Tier Beast Pack in here. I want it in here. And I also want it in another warband so I could have an all-dog pound. Plays Parabellum. I want all dogs, all pigs. I don't want any people running around. Nothing. No. If you got 2 legs, get out of here. The one exception is a shaman because, well, he's the shaman. But this is another list you could make pretty cool. But that's not the list that I made. The list I made was this one. Now, let me explain how the list works, because this is actually pretty friggin' cool. Okay? You either have lights or mediums, which is awesome. It's already kind of unique. Nords can do this really easy. I mean, any army could really do this, except OD, and then be successful. But Nords excel at it. Now, Nords have what I would call an identity. I'm not going to harp on this too much. This is actually the second video I recorded. The last one about this went on for 45 minutes. But I will say this. For the past year, I've played Nords. I never felt like I was playing Nords. I just felt like I was just playing an army with a skin. My guys moved 5 or 6. It just there's nothing to it. Like I play Spires now. I feel like I'm Spires. All the rules work together. I'm Spiring. I'm Biomancing. I'm running. I'm decaying. It feels great, right? Even I have Dweg. I play Dweg, and Dweg. They move on like a little brick of meat. They're Dweg, right? With Nords, they just lacked identity, right? They just lacked identity. And in my opinion, the constant buffing and neutering of the Jotnars was just psychologically just too much. And the last round of nerfing the Jotnars, raising their points up, But this is not about the Jotnars. So I was disillusioned with Nords. I'm like, why am I even playing this army? There's actually no reason to play this army at all. It's like one of the weakest armies in the game. It doesn't have an identity. It doesn't do its thing. I am proud to say Nords now do something that no other army can. Wadrun can do this to an extent, but not this effective. Not this effective. You can have your whole army on if you get some lucky rolls on round 2. Awesome. Round 3, automatic. Sweet, right? The cool thing is the Vargyr Lord is medium, so he can hang out with the werewolves. He can come out on round 1. Like one of them automatically run across the board, 21 inches, right? Maybe if you rolled for the second werewolf regiment, it's werewolf here, but they're werewolves. It comes on, runs across the board 21 inches, right? Round 2, I mean, your blooded is already on with Stalkers. Stalkers have flank. Round 2, all your Fenrirs have flank. All 5 of them have flank. Now that your werewolves are up 21 inches minus 250 is like what? 18. You have 18 and a half inches for your reinforcement line. Now your Fenrirs can pop up. 2 of them flying across the board at 21 inches. And they're mediums. You can pretty much score whatever you want now on round 2 comfortably. On round 2, you can do this. Nords were sort of the best at early scoring, but not really. Other armies could duplicate it. And right now, I think Nords are the only army that can do it to this extent because round 1, 21 inches, and then round 2, 14 inches. Boom. Yeah, the werewolves might fail to resolve and march, fail to resolve and charge. It is what it is, folks, right? But it feels like Nords have an identity. They do something that no other army does. Like there's a reason to play Nords now. You could tell someone, yeah, you want to swarm on with dogs early on. It's like a burn deck in Magic. You want to get up on there. You can now do that. You can get up in there. I can't wait to do this. I want to build all dogs. I want to get in there with my light weak dudes running around. Awesome, just flurry dogs everywhere. Right. It's the main reason why I wanted more werewolves than ogres because the werewolves would get flurry. But once again, I just needed a 5th Fenrir Beast pack in here. So ogres it is. And that's pretty much the list. So I'm excited to pre-order 2 Vargyr Lords. I'm going to pre-order probably 4 werewolf regiments because I just got to have 4. And I have to now buy 3 Fenrir. 3 Fenrir regiments because I already own 2. You guys know me. I go all in on the theme list, the fun list. I've been doing that ever since I've been playing this game. November, I've been playing this game for exactly a year, almost down to the day. Exactly a year. And my lists, except the anti-Dweg shooting list, have always been theme lists. As a matter of fact, my very first list was all Stalkers. But then the rules changed and the Stalkers really didn't do anything. So I love my theme lists. What I would like, my wish list is that, let's scroll down here. There he is. My wish list is that for the warband, for the Vargyr Lord, the Mountain Jotnar, just get that guy out of there. I know having him in a lot of warbands sells a lot of models. I get it. People just own a whole bunch of Mountain Jotnars, and it's good to just shove it in there. I get it, right? Like why the Boat Chosen were a mainstay, because you sold boxes with a whole bunch of Boat Chosen. So I get a lot of these decisions are made for profit, and I'm 100% for that. I've always been like that, right? I'm a radical for capitalism, absolutely. I get it. So just keep the Mountain Jotnar here. Just stick another restricted in there. Stick the gold tier in there, and then have the gold tier somewhere else. You know, right? Maybe have the gold. Take the Uga out, put the gold tier here as a mainstay, but then have the gold tier somewhere else as a restricted, right? That sounds fun. So you can make an all dog list. All dog list. Pretty awesome. I like this. I mean, two of these war bands is like 700 and something points, so you actually can't make an all dog list because I don't think there's any regiments out there that have just dogs. Can you do it? Like nothing here. Shaman doesn't have any dogs. The Blooded does not have any dogs. I just looked at the Blooded. What am I doing? Conager has no dogs. Volva has no dogs. And what does the Jarl have? Jarl ain't got no dogs. Shoot. So you can't make an all dog list. Close. You can grab another Blooded, like in this list, and just get Stalkers. Maybe when White Waste Tribesmen come out, which I know every Nord player is waiting for that, just so you can shave points. I can get more Fenrir Beast pack. Just more dogs. Like just more dogs. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Join my Patreon over there, and when you join my Patreon, you can give me ideas for videos. Okay, I'm working on 6 battle reports at the moment because I've let them stack up, unfortunately. So they're doing that pile up thing where they're piling up and work is being an issue here. But I'll get those battle reports done. I'm also working on another video, the strongest regiments in the game. And I'm also planning on doing an event probably in December. It's going to be a streaming event, an awesome event, and I would like people to participate in that event, right? But I'll let you guys know more details about that later. If you're on my Patreon, you already pretty much know what my plans are in December. So thank you all for watching. And remember, when you need a 2+ to howl, roll a Vargyr Lord. Peace.